All right, it's Goodnight Goodkind, episode 9 with Myck Kabongo. Now, Myck, this guy is not your ordinary ball player. McDonald's All-American, University of Texas, Austin legend, Longhorn. Played overseas and pro and in the G League for 10 seasons. You've done a lot throughout the game of basketball, and we're just so happy to have you, bro.
Thank you for having me for episode 9, man.
Yeah,
Thank
bro,
you,
it's
Mike.
exciting.
Let's get it.
Did I miss anything, by the way? Any accolades?
I mean,
Canadian national team.
You know what I mean? Always putting on for Canada. Canadians in the league now. I mean, Shea hopefully gets his MVP this year. But you know, it's always rooting for the Utah Jazz always.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yes,
Me
sir.
too. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, Goodnight Goodkind. Next. Let's go. So you played obviously 10 years overseas, a lot of time in the G League. Obviously, goal probably was to make it to the league and log some minutes in the NBA. But you know, what's the one key takeaway you can bring with you from your 10 years playing pro?
The biggest tip is just like being resilient. The resilience that you have to have in any field. For me, I feel like basketball has taught me how to, first of all, lead a team. I was always the captain of my team. I knew how to lead men, make sure that we're all on one accord, one page. And it taught me how to work in the working field now. And I think you could attest to that, to learning how to work in every field when you can work as a team. Everyone has one vision, one goal in mind. And I was lucky enough to just hoist one trophy, but every team I played for was a championship because I had a brotherhood. As you see, everyone that sees me and meets me, everybody. Yeah, it's because of the brotherhood that I bonded when I played, and I'm a competitor, and every time that you do lace them up, you respect who's across from you, but at the same time, you always try to win, and I've been a winner most of my life.
And what is that about? No matter who's in town, whoever's at Delta Center, you seem to know everybody.
Well, when I was younger, I became the best player in Canada, and then when I came to the States, that never left me as well. I grinded very hard in high school, being a top 10 player. And then you play against everyone, right? When you're a top 10 player, you play against everyone that's eventually gonna go to the league, and that was my trajectory. And you know, I just was a gym rat, and when you're a gym rat, you're gonna meet people who are gym rats, and those are usually the guys that become who they are, and that's where I gained my respect from guys. They always used to see me in the gym. Like, it didn't matter what town it was. If it was LeBron camp, or it was Chris Paul camp, I'm the one kid that's in the gym early. They're like, who is this kid? Wow, he's special. Okay, I'm the one that's staying extra. And then I'm making my teammates do that as well. So it was like a very infectious thing that I was doing everywhere I was going. It was just being a gym rat, and that's the respect that you see when like people meet me.
What made you different? Because they're obviously like pretty normally sized. You're about 6'3", which is like a normal guard in the league probably. But what do you think separated you from everybody else?
I'm a leader. That's the main thing. I think I'm a leader. I lead by example. I'm not one of those guys that talk the talk. I actually walk it. I'm actually the first one to leave, last one in the gym. I'm actually playing the game the right way, not taking back shots. I'm taking care of the basketball. As a point guard, you have to do that. Young players, make sure you treat this thing like a baby now, because that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is my baby, and I'm a great passer. I know what the coach is thinking. That's why I'm a coach now. I always was an extension of the coach, and I played for great coaches. Danny Hurley, who's a Hall of Famer, two-time UConn champion, that installed the greatness in me. Coach Barnes, who's going to be a Hall of Famer as well. So yeah, I played for great coaches. That was kind of why I became all right at basketball.
I want to talk about Danny Hurley, actually. But first, I want you to get it in.
You know, let's start something simple.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go elbow jumper to start.
Yeah.
Here we go. Get in there, girl.
Yeah, you got
there
one.
You go.
I've been shooting one-handed lately because I nailed my finger on a dumbbell, and I've just been like, I don't know.
I got a cut too, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, this thing was pretty much off my hand. So.
Okay. Just be careful now.
It was not good.
No. Hey, now. Hey. Oh. Short corner.
Baseline J?
Yeah, you're going short corner.
See, I went with two hands. That's the problem. That's an
first
H.
Letter.
But by the way, I probably should have asked you.
Yeah.
Instead of doing HORSC, you could pick whatever 5 letters you want to do.
Ooh. C.H.A.M.P. I'm a champ.
Love it.
Yeah.
I gotta see. Yeah, like,
all right, let's go right here. Next elbow.
Ah! Okay, I got a shot. I don't think it's a good idea to shoot a 3 too early, actually.
Okay, let's see it.
I like to own the mid-range first. Simple. But let's see if you can do one-handed.
Okay, fire. And I know I'm a guest on the show, but I don't think anyone has ever asked you. I mean, I know we're in Utah.
Yeah.
How long have you been living in Utah? And if so, it's been a while. Favorite restaurant?
I've been here 2.5 years.
Okay.
Almost, yeah. So that's a C and a C.
I got a C.
My favorite restaurant, my buddy Matteo owns Matteo, which I'm
Okay.
sure you've been to. Have you been to
No,
Matteo?
I've been
Oh,
to-
really?
Is Mexican?
Italian.
Italian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love a good carbonara.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he'll hook it up.
Okay,
Yeah,
say that.
That's a
So
plug
I'm coming out there.
for my
Okay.
man Matteo right there. So Matteo's,
Okay.
I mean, it's great. I'm gonna do one dribble floater.
All right. Ooh, that's tough. Does it have to be the right hand too after dribble?
No.
All right. I like left hand dribbles. It's just more comfortable. Oh!
C.H.A.M.P. Playing like at such a high level of basketball, just as well, obviously pro for 10 years, but even prior to that, playing in the Big 12. Well, what's it like playing against that kind of competition, especially at a time where the Big 12 was
Not
really
a joke.
good?
Not a joke.
Yeah.
Not a joke. Probably the best conference besides the ACC and the Big East back in the day. Big East was tough. Always had great teams coming out of there. You know, the UConn, St. John's. But for us, we always had Kansas. And Kansas was running the table for such a long time. And funny story about Kansas, if you've ever played in Lawrence, the toughest place to play. Like, they have the band outside of your hotel where you sleep. They're playing music to keep you up. When you come out for your pregame shooting, there's student sections already in there causing havoc. And the floor shakes when you play there.
So it goes that deep.
It goes that deep.
They take taunting
To the next
players
level.
to the next level.
Next level.
Really?
Next level.
You're talking they were actually like outside of where you're sleeping. Really?
Definitely. It was
Really?
crazy. I've never
Really?
seen anything like that. And
Wow.
the floor was shaking. That's when rivalries are rivalries. That's why I love rivalries in sports. And we need to bring that back. Yeah, I love whoever is on the other side. We might be friends, but once we're across that line, I'm representing that burnt orange. If you don't have that burnt orange and don't rep what we rep, you gotta die that night. You know, that's how serious I take it as a competitor. And even with my coaching, I know some coaches on the other side, but guess what? We're trying to outcoach you guys tonight. And that's what I love. I love when you can dominate in the field because that's what I've been taught my whole career and my whole life. And when you do that, we can, chill out after and hang out and laugh. But once it's time to put the ball up in the air, it's time to rock and roll.
It's fine. I love UNC basketball.
Yep.
I always love Roy Williams and those guys.
Great coach.
So you played against Roy obviously for a number of years. What was that like just playing at Chapel Hill and why was it so challenging?
I hope people don't go and look at this clip, but I got dunked on. That's the only time I ever got dunked on. It was such a bad game because I was not ready because I had a migraine that morning.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have played. I did not feel good, but I was one of those guys where if I get a couple of Advils, I would think I would be fine. But once the game started and the noise of the stadium, it made my headache worse. And I think I had the worst game of my life. I had 6 turnovers. It was awful. We got clapped by 20 points. But they were a great team. They had Kendall Marshall. If you know who Kendall Marshall is, I think is one of the best point guards to ever play in college basketball, ever. Jackson Strickland, they had Harrison Barnes. They're a loaded team.
Loaded team. That was post Hansborough brothers, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
That's right.
But that HB was really good. Obviously, he had a really good career, and he's still in the league.
He's a monster.
He's
a monster.
But those years with Golden State, I always thought that Golden State shouldn't.
He was such a big piece for them, right? And on top of that, that's how you build a champion. You have to let go of some great players, and he was a big part of that team. Everyone knows that. But sometimes, organizations have to make those tough decisions. And I know now players understand it's a business as well. But he was a big piece of the championship team and the reason why they propelled to, end up winning 3-4. He was a big piece of the beginning stages.
And then obviously, you give up Harrison Barnes for KD.
There you go. That it says a lot about you too. It says that you're a great player too. That you're getting traded for KD.
Yeah.
It says a lot about you. Shout out to KD too. Trey, you my dude. So it's my guy.
Remember, he's not lying. I saw you guys dap up. I was like, this guy's a real one. That's cool, man.
He's one of the ones that obviously made it cool for McDonald's All-Americans to want to come to Texas. Prior to, it was a football school. And that's what we're known for. And our football program, it deserves it. They've won titles before, and we have never done that. But it was TJ Ford that started the Final Four run, that started to propel McDonald's All-Americans to want to come. He's from Texas. He's from Houston. So it was okay for him to stay. But it's guys that were coming out of state that helped the recruiting there now. And I think Rodney Terry, who's the head coach there now, is doing a great job, a terrific job. So shout out to Rodney Terry and UT basketball.
All right, there's my shot here. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go turn around.
Turn around jumper?
I'll go 2 hands.
See, you do this all the time. I'm starting to figure this out, Mike. Mike does this all the time. That's his trick. He gonna pull you in the show and he practices the shot.
Give it to him, all right.
Oh, he's going Trey now. Now he's waking up.
No. Oh, yes.
Okay, he's waking up. Okay.
I'm dialed. Oh. All right, let's go.
Ooh, reverse lady. Wow.
That's how I get him.
C.H.A. C.H.A.
I'm playing to win, bro.
Okay, let's
I
go.
wanna win.
All right, let's go.
All right. I want to. Okay. I always like the Carmelo Anthony.
Okay.
Right here. You know, jab. Step back. No. All right.
3 level. True 3 level. There you go.
Nope.
This corner.
That's a CH, bro, for me.
Ah, puta. The jab.
I got the jab again. Just keep making your jab. I'm going just maybe one-hander.
That one-hand shot you have down. I'm going back corner.
There it is.
There you go.
But like late in the game, you know, off-ball threes, that's got to feel so good. Like a game time
yeah,
three.
it's a shot you practice for sure.
Yeah.
And if it's within your game and within your system, you take it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just know I have a shot that I get to that I know I can always get. That it doesn't matter whoever's on me, I know I can get to it. Yeah.
Give him a little space, though.
Yeah.
I got all the space in the world right now, and I'm still gonna miss that horribly.
All right, we tied up now?
You iced me, bro. What? Yeah, you iced me there.
Left hand free throw.
Ooh,
There you go.
that's not my shot, man. No ways. I don't feel good about this one, to be honest, man.
You got it.
Oh, that's tough, bro.
C.H.A.M. This is
C.H.A.M.
it.
Playing for Dan Hurley.
Ooh.
What was that like?
Insane in the best way possible. You know, in this business and in this game, there's not a lot of people that you're gonna meet that are genuine and really have your best interests at heart. I could honestly say that he does for every single player that he's coached. I was one of the first ones when he was at St. Benedict's Prep in Newark, and I remember my mom, you know, told him, you better treat him like your own. And I think from that day on, like we were babysitting his kids, me and Tristan Thompson, when we started out together. His wife, Andrea, treated us like family, treated us like their own, like they're actually those kind of people. You know, they opened up their homes to 2 Canadian kids that left their family and made like America comfortable for us. So that was big time, and I don't take that for granted because now you just see people at work, you see them at the gym, and that's it. We don't talk after that. We don't have no personal relationship, and it's missing from the game, from the team camaraderie. As to when you have that in your gym or you have that in your organization, it lifts up the ceiling for everyone that's involved when you really have that genuine care for each other. And that's why I would run through a wall for Coach Hurley till this day, is because he showed me he'll be there for me beyond basketball. You know, as to other people, once you leave the program or leave the team and you hit them up, it's crickets. It's you don't play for us no more. You were just a number to them. And that sucks as a player because you put your heart and soul where you play. And it just feels like you're diminished and your value is not cared for when that happens to you. And it's happened to me before. But luckily I've had like some places and some teams and organizations where it's real family. And that's what I felt like with Coach Hurley. And yeah, hell yeah, he made me a great point guard. So.
Hardest practice you ever had to go through? Like, does that stick out to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's when I was in Romania. And when I was playing in Romania, I was playing in a town called Pitești. And very gray, no sun. So imagine you're already not feeling the greatest. Waking up every single day.
Yeah, it'd be hard for me.
It's very tough, away from family, time zone difference, so you're not really talking to everyone, you know. That's what people don't understand, how tough it is when you go overseas, because now you're not on the same time zone, people have work, jobs, so it's hard to keep up with everyone. So we were down, we lost the game. We had to get off from a 7-hour bus ride to the gym and practice. Hardest day of my life.
Yeah. 7-hour bus ride.
7-hour bus ride.
That's brutal.
And from the bus, it's right on the court after a loss in Europe. Yeah, they don't take losing lightly over there.
Oh man,
It's
next level. It's next level. It's next level.
Yeah, it's next level. Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
You ready to finish?
This might be game, but I don't know. I like your question.
I hate this shot. I don't like this shot personally.
I like your question. Oh, that should have went in.
I'll take it. Okay. I'm gonna go. What have I not done yet, man? What is not been done yet?
Let me freeze you too, since you froze me now.
Yeah.
I got a question.
Oh yeah.
So obviously this is coming from a Canadian that does not want to be the 51st state, right?
51st
Yeah,
state.
we're not trying to do that.
Yeah.
But if you can tell me your favorite state in the U.S. and why, and you can't say the state that you're from and where you're currently living.
Okay. It's a good question because I've lived all over the place.
Yeah.
I lived in Houston for a little bit.
Fire.
I didn't love Houston though.
No.
Not a huge fan.
Okay.
Texas is a cool state though.
Right.
Florida also. I have my I don't love the lack of nature. It's almost my favorite state in the country. I loved Southern California.
Okay.
California.
Yeah.
Scottish Palms,
I like Cali.
I can't put that as number one. Can't be where I'm from and can't be where I currently live.
Only thing I don't like about Cal is everyone wants to be a celebrity.
That's how I feel, bro. Exactly. Like if we tried to do this in California, it would never work, It would never work, man.
Everyone's a celebrity.
Everyone's a celebrity. My favorite state, dude. I gotta say, man, I when I drove to Utah, I saw some pretty cool places.
Okay.
And when I drove down to Miami, which I did, I saw some pretty dope places. So honestly, bro, I think I'd say South Carolina.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's awesome.
Okay. I like South Carolina.
South Carolina. Carolinas are different.
Yep.
It's different. That drive from New York down to Florida is underrated.
Okay. Good
Just
choice.
don't do it in July.
Okay.
But like, you do that in the fall, bro. It's a nice drive.
Okay. I hope I froze you for your shot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What's your favorite state?
Ooh. Fire. Good hit. You got that one hand.
Yeah.
Shot down.
I love the one-hander, man.
Oh, we both got the C.H.A.M.P.
It's sudden death now.
This is it.
Should we change the rules for sudden death? Maybe just do free throw contest because it's tied.
It's your call.
What do you think?
I think you're scared, Mike. I don't think you want the shot.
Hey.
All right. I'm gonna go easy, just a layup.
Okay.
Try to get him. That's game, bro.
That's game. Great game.
I gotta say,
Thank you.
dude, I'll take it. You gotta do easy because you never know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get back in the gym and work on my game a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Let's talk Canadian national team for a second.
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
As a player, as a coach.
Both.
Both. Wow. As a player, we had to gain our respect first of all. We were not seen as a nation that was taken seriously with basketball, and I remember it started like with us, our group, me, Tristan, Corey Joseph, the Ken Birches, Dylan Brooks, that were doing the earlier work for us to get on that national stage. And now you see the guys that are doing it now. It's just beautiful because we just seen how far we came when we didn't have our respect. Now people finally respect us. Shay's about to be MVP this year. We're campaigning for that because he deserves it. And just the work that Steve Nash even did, the guys before us, the Rowan Barretts, so many legends that came before that didn't get the national, I would say, media coverage. But now that they are, it's because of the ones that came before them. So it's just beautiful just to see the game grow. And hopefully I can continue to help, grow the game of basketball in Canada and also back home in Congo, where I did play for the national team there as well.
That's so cool,
and,
man.
hopefully I can go back and, keep helping the game. Just grow.
This is it, bro.
There it is.
That's it.
It's Myck Kabongo here, and it's Goodnight and
Goodkind.
Goodkind. There you go. You're supposed to say that.